This little park on the edge of Little Italy is the only one in the city named after a member of the NYPD who died while on duty in another country. It's an inspiring and tragic story that's already been the subject of 4 American films, with one more, starring a Hollywood A-lister, possibly on the way. His name was Joseph Petrosino. Immigrating from Italy as a boy, he was forced to leave school after 6th grade to support his family, shining shoes outside the police headquarters, but he quickly realized it was a dead-end job, even defiantly smashing his shoe shine box and going out to find better work. He would eventually join the sanitation department, then a division of the police, working his way up to piloting a sanitation boat that would dump its garbage in the Atlantic Ocean. That's how they did it in those days. In 1883, while on the garbage scow, he was spotted by Alexander Williams, a powerful police inspector, who was looking for an Italian to join the force. Petrosino had the reputation as an honest cop, fair to all regardless of race or ethnicity. Not that it made him particularly popular. The other policemen didn't respect his honesty or his Italian roots. Many New Yorkers harbored anti-immigrant attitudes, even if the immigrants were policemen. Some of his fellow Italians weren't very supportive either. He felt the need to move out of his apartment after receiving multiple death threats. He dutifully toiled away for years with little hope of advancement in the corrupt police department of the time. But in 1895, something changed. He met the new police commissioner, an energetic reformer named Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt spotted Petrosino's talent and the need for Italian officers to combat the rise of organized crime in New York. He promoted Petrosino to detective sergeant, a role he embraced, learning different dialects of Italian, coming up with numerous disguises for undercover work, and becoming the go-to cop for crimes in the Italian community. Roosevelt would leave after a couple years, but Petrosino's career continued to flourish, and in time he'd be promoted to lieutenant and become the head of the Italian squad. Their main focus was fighting the Black Hand, an early mafia organization in New York whose spree of violence, kidnapping, and extortion alarmed the city. By 1909, Petrosino was nearly 50, had just gotten married a couple years before, and had an infant daughter. So when he was asked to go to Italy alone on a secret mission, he was reluctant. But he saw it as his duty and as the culmination of his career fighting the Black Hand. His goal was to begin to set up an intelligence operation that would prevent mafia members from even emigrating to New York. But within days, it was clear that his cover had been blown, partially due to some clumsy language by Police Commissioner Theodore Bingham himself. While in Sicily, Petrosino suspected everyone, even the local police, but perhaps a bit prideful, he refused a bodyguard, even though he had numerous enemies there. On March 13th, while in the city of Palermo, he was ambushed and shot multiple times near a central square, dying instantly. His death shocked New York City, and when his body was brought back, over 200,000 people lined the streets to pay their respects as his coffin made its way from Old St. Patrick's Cathedral to Calvary Cemetery in Queens. Petrosino's years of service had won over many of his earlier detractors, both within the NYPD and among the public. This square was named in his honor in 1987. His murder remains unsolved, and his death hindered efforts to stop the mafia, which continued to grow in New York. But his story remains inspiring today. Certainly Leonardo DiCaprio thought so when his production company bought the rights to a nonfiction book called The Black Hand in 2017. The film has yet to see the light of day, but hopefully it will, and bring the story of Joseph Petrosino back into public memory.